Hello, this is Grillenheimer. I'm out and about. And I've got two pictures here ready that I'm going to be making into upgrades. I've got 9 of them drawn and inked, and only 2 of the 9 actually colored. This is going to be for the toolbox. It might get pretty cropped up. This is supposed to be like a pier behind it, just somewhat of an abstract pier. I didn't pencil or pen, I just did it with the marker. What we're really focusing on is the toolbox itself, which doesn't look half bad. I mean, you can tell what's supposed to be what, and that's the main thing. And that's why I normally don't like doing backgrounds, because it just looks kind of ugly. But there's that. I had a funky angle in my car, and I got the sun against me here. This is the Scraplet Scimitar. Yeah, I've got it colored. It looks pretty good. I'm trying to come out a little bit, because I know y'all like looking at the artwork itself, which I can't blame you, because once it gets cropped and shrinked and everything, you lose a lot of the detail. So let's drop it down so you can get this in the light just a little bit. You got 2 Marvel looking Scraplet faces here, and then you got the Autobot symbol, Shockwave's symbol from the show, the Mercenary, that's supposed to be the Mercenary symbol on the hilt, or handle, and then the Decepticon symbol here. This isn't exactly the right green I was wanting. It was darker than I was expecting. It doesn't look half bad. Ancient Scraplet Scimitar, however you pronounce it. And it doesn't look half bad. I like it. And I'm not going to put a background with this. I'm just going to leave it as is, like it is. And that's really all I've got ready right now. Originally was just going to wait till and just show this as the actual upgrades. And I thought, y'all really enjoy the artwork. So I thought, hey, I'll just show the artwork before it's shrunk, before it's cropped, before it's turned into an upgrade. And because it may look really neat as the upgrade, but again, this one's just going to have the white background. The toolbox will have, it's little ground, a little grass, and a terrible looking marker pier in the background. But it's better than nothing, I guess. So that's all I really have right now. Gosh, the shadow is terrible on me. But was really trying to do something neat and different for a change. Looks kind of neat. We'll see how it goes. Merry Christmas, and we'll catch you next time. I don't know if I'll show off the other 7 pictures when they're colored. We'll see. Some of them look really neat. I really surprised myself, Captain. The dirt gun is looks pretty cool. It's just hard to color in black when your outline is already black and you use black marker or black pen. It's just everything. It's just, you can't, all of a sudden detail is just gone. And to help illuminate detail when coloring with black ink, you got to leave some white there to be able to show, be able to know where boundaries are, to see where edges are, where something might shine, and lighting, and etc. And using the stuff that I'm using, it makes it really hard to do. I really need a good computer program, and the time. Time is hard for me to buy, because you can't buy time. And so that's what we're, dealing with is marker, taking a picture of it, sticking it in the laptop, computer, and putting it up as an upgrade. So, I mean, overall, it doesn't look half bad. It really doesn't. I'm surprised. And yes, that is, if you can tell, silver marker. It doesn't come out that great when I take a picture of it. It still kind of looks kind of gray or washed out. But that's another reason why I kind of wanted to show this like it is now also. So you can kind of see, you know, really, it may not, it's cartoony. It doesn't look realistic. It doesn't have a lot of depth to it, but, you know, it's what I have time for. So that, and speaking of which, I better go. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time. And as always, let's flip out and let's roll for it. Hello, welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. I did a game at the house with my Demicons, and I included 6-star Bumblebee, and I had them go up against the aerial bots. And I had just picked up a couple of quick little decks. They were mixed in with just a few battlefield cards, for good or for worse. And it turned out to be a very interesting game. The Demicons won both games. Now, had I not been so lenient on the Demicon team with the aerial bots should have won the second game. But legitimately, they lost the first game. They probably should have won the second game, because I could have easily knocked out this guy right here easily, cross-eyed. Who, he's the key, he's sort of the enigma for making Cronus. Because you want to get the other two knocked out, he has to be left and flip from bot to alt, and then you can combine them into Cronus. And I found this picture, and I'm like, I need to make an upgrade out of that. I really like this picture. I need to make an upgrade or an action card or something with this. I may finish this off. Ink it, little color. It's supposed to, this is supposed to be Ironhide walking through a doorway, and they're hiding behind the other side. But since I'm playing both sides, I'm like, okay, I finally got, and I didn't have the Enigma. I did not have the aerial bot or Superion Enigma. But, so originally the first game, I just played them as individual characters. Well, the second game, I'm like, well, I don't have the Enigma, but once I got them all into bot mode, I just went ahead and actually merged for the kill. And merged them to create Superion. Once I got them at least all into bot mode, even without the playing without the Enigma, which worked. It was advantageous, and at that point I could have knocked out Cross-Eyed easily, and I'm like, I'll play around with it a little bit, and knocked out the other guy, which allowed them to create Cronus. We had already knocked out Bumblebee on the Demicon side, and ended up. The bad guys won again. Like I said, they probably shouldn't have. But it was just really fun. And there was one card in particular that came into play that I was unaware of, a battlefield card that I've created, which helps planes and lowers defense for beasts. Well, in their alt modes, I gave them beast traits. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is working right now. So there was a lot of neat things that were happening in that game that I got to see and got to test. I think both sides had some Energon. The aerial bots had Harvest and Energon and something else. So getting to play around with my own cards a little bit. Codebreaker was in play at one time. Not Comes the Dawn, but there's a battlefield card that allows Pierce, whoever's attacking gets Pierce, counting all the starting players on their team, and both teams got to take advantage of their battlefield card, and I forgot the name of it. But it was like, wow, I like this card. And then when I was playing the team on the left, the Demicons and Bumblebee, I'm like, okay, I got to knock this card. This battlefield card may be weak, but it'll prevent my opponent from using Pierce on me, and which is another point of the battlefield cards. So it was just a really neat game, a very good test of some of these battlefield cards that I've created, in seeing them in ways that they're supposed to be played. And it just really neat overall. With that, I better go. We'll see you next time.